Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and it is time for Project 2 for the July mini release. Hey, so I'm using Jaded Blossom's new beach chair die, along with their new nomadic stamp set, their tropical dies, their Ahoy Nomi stamp set, their Best Fishes stamp set, their Cinco de Mayo add-ons for the gnome dies, and the beach add-ons for the gnome dies. And I'm using the Seaside Summer 6-inch pad from Doodlebug, along with Doodlebug's gingham linen and dot stripe. And I pulled out, this is Speckled Egg Distress Oxide ink, and I'm just going to ink blot that on the front of a paper tray ink white A2 sized card, cut 4.25 by 11, scored at 5.5 inches. And I'm just ink blending it to the center. I'm just sort of making myself a sky. Now on the inside, I'm adding a 1-inch strip of that Seaside Summer 6-inch pad from Doodlebug. It's just got some really fun little palm trees all over it. I'm just going to line that up on the inside for, like I said, for fun. There we go. And then I'll trim off that overhang with a pair of scissors. There we go. And now just reinforcing that fold. Now on the inside, I'm going to add some of those Seaside Summer, or one of those Seaside Summer, palm trees, from the Odds and Ends pack from Doodlebug. And I'm just going to stick that down on the inside. So using art glue. So I'm going to stick that down on the right-hand side of the inside of my card. And I will cut off what hangs over the edge with a pair of scissors. And there we go. So super fun. Now on the inside, I'm going to stamp a sentiment, Happy Retirement. And that is from the Best Fishes stamp set from Jaded Blossom. And I'm just going to line that up using one of my Misty corners and the Misty. And I will be stamping in VersaFine Clair, VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. There we go. Remember, you want to stamp multiple times and press lightly, right? You don't want to squash the font and make it look fatter than it is. Okay, so next I'm putting together this beach chair. I cut it out of paper tray ink white cardstock, and then again out of Doodlebug's gingham linen on the gingham side in this nice coral color. I just wanted to have it be a little bit thicker on my card front because I'm not having any gnome on my card front. The main, central image is going to be this beach chair. So I'm just going to layer up all of these different pieces for my beach chair with those two things, paper tray ink white cardstock and the linen side of the gingham linen from Doodlebug. Okay, so I do weight it down in between. Next, I'm going to put together a little margarita, and that is from the Gnome Dies Cinco de Mayo add-ons. And I cut that out of Aqua Mist paper tray ink cardstock. And then this darker green is New Leaf paper tray ink cardstock. And then the lighter green is Doodlebug's dot stripe. And I'm just putting it all together. And there we go. And I do weight it down. And isn't that fun? Now I'm going to put together this little sandcastle. And that is from the Gnome Dies Beach add-ons. And that's cut out of Nina Desert Storm. For these two layers, 80-pound cardstock, and then the little door and windows, those were cut out of paper tray ink craft cardstock. And I'm just going to lay them all down. And I'm going to have kind of like a nice, relaxing scene on the front of this card. For someone's retirement. So there we go. And isn't that fun? And I do weight it down in between. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to stamp is I'm going to use the sentiment Life's a Beach. And that is from the Ahoy Nomi stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that in the upper left-hand corner with some VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. I'm using my Misty again, of course. Just makes everything easy. So I'm just going to tap that on and just lightly press. And you see, you're better off doing multiple times. Don't press too hard. And that's what I do, just lightly press. And I will add one more time. So it was 3 times the charm this time. And there we are, Life's a Beach. Next, I'm going to add a beach layer, and that is cut from Nina Desert Storm 80-pound cardstock. And I used Jaded Blossom's tropical dies to cut that little stitched beach, I don't know, line. It's kind of a neat border die that comes in that set. And then I am going to trim off what's hanging over the edge with a pair of scissors. And then I'll have a super cute beach with a nice peaceful sky on my card front. And there we go. So I'm going to put together the rest of this beach chair. Same thing, layering that gingham linen and the coral on the paper tray ink white cardstock just for a little bit of thickness and presence on a card, right? So I'm just going to layer those all up and then weight them down in between. And I don't show it all to you because, you know, there is an assembly video for this beach chair, so you could watch me do that on that video. Okay, so I'm just going to add these layers together with my Barely Art glue, using my reverse tweezers again. And like I always say, I did use my Anna Griffin Mini Empress for all my die cutting, working on my Stampin' Up! Pad. You know, all the same stuff I usually do. So next I'm going to add the seat, then this little crossbar on the chair. And then, there we go. And then next I'll be adding on the arms, or the armrests, and I guess the armrests, and then the front legs. You know what I mean. So I'll be adding those. I'm using some scrapbook adhesives, dimensionals. They're a little bit thinner, but I'm just going to pop up the arms on this chair just to give it a little bit more presence. Like I said, this is kind of the central image of my card, right? So I'm just trying to, you know, give it a little bit more pizzazz, right? Doing that with some dimension. And then we will pull off the backing on all those dimensionals. There we go. And then I will add my little armrests and front legs. There we are. And this is just a super cute chair. Who wouldn't want a peach chair on a beach, right? Lots of fun. Adding it on, and then I'll add on that armrest again. There we go. And isn't that cute? Okay, so first I'm going to add my little sandcastle because that's going to be on the left-hand side. And then I'm going to have my little beach chair sort of on the lower right. There we go. And I'm going to stick that down using some ATG tape and a little bit of Barely Art glue. I'm just going to kind of fit it in between all those little planks when I can. And, whoops, just making sure I get all that ATG tape where it belongs. And then I'll add a little bit of glue, you know, for things that were a little bit too skinny. And then I will add it down. Oops, and I see a little bit of overhanging ATG tape, so I'm just going to fix that. And there we go. So in the lower right-hand corner. And then I will cut off those legs that are kind of overhanging the bottom. Just make the chair a little bit shorter, right? No one knows but you and me. And there we go. Isn't that cute? Okay, so next I'm going to add my super cute little margarita on this card. And I'm going to pop that up with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. I do double layer them, so like it's quite popped up. And, you know, covering the back in these dimensionals. So, I don't know, this little mini release is adorable. I'm loving these new little gnomes with their faces. I love to be able to add some nice blushing cheeks and make them look extra cute, right? I just think they're super sweet. But I thought I would show you what you could do with this chair when you're not using a gnome. And I just think it looks so cute. Perfect for a retirement card, right? So I'm just adding on, like I said, 2 layers of some dimensionals. And I'm just trying to see where it's going to sit on this arm. And there we go. And isn't that cute? So to make this a little bit more fun, I'm going to pull out some of these lime slices. Now I think I got these on Amazon, and they're just little clay, clay decorations. And I'm going to use my glossy accents, and I'll add them to the inside of my margarita just for fun. Whoops, there we go. So I'm just going to add some glossy accents down. Remember, you're going to want to set this aside and let it dry completely. And then I'll add some of these little limes in my shiny drink. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glossy accents on top, just so it looks like the drink, that the little limes are in the drink. And there we go. And that's going to take a bit to dry, so, be careful. Next, I'm pulling out Nouveau glitter accents, and this is in Fresh Snowfall. And I'm going to add some salt to my margarita on the rim. So I'm just going to dab it in place. It's almost like Stickles, maybe a little bit thicker. And there we go. Isn't that cute? So cute. Now I'm going to take my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper and use the 1/2 inch and corner chomp my upper right-hand corner, just for fun. And there we go. Now on the back, I'm going to stamp my little personalization with some Salty Ocean. So I'm going to use my little personalization stamp, my handmade by. Then I'm pulling out my Gnome Attic stamp set. And I'm going to stamp a couple of funny sentiments on the back of my card with some saltwater taffy Distress Oxide ink, just for fun. There we go. So Jaded Blossom Gnome Attic. And then the other one would be, let me see, I can't see, from one gnome attic to another. So I just thought that was super cute and fun to put on the back of a card, right? So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, be inspired by the team, the Jaded Blossom store, to get your hands on these amazing products. And thanks as always for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Come back and watch another soon. Bye, everybody.